So lastly guys, we're going to be talking about the Nexus Player. Now the Nexus Player kind of has two names I guess, because you can call it by the device or the operating system. So the device is Nexus Player, but it runs Android TV, which is the OS. Android TV was something they talked about at Google I/O this year, and it's essentially Android OS on a box that you can present onto your TV and do certain things with it. So it's kind of it's essentially their third attempt at a living room box.
Yeah.
So fingers crossed they get it right this time. But yeah, what is it?
It's basically a Chromecast with additional features. It is the best way to look at it. Obviously, it does everything that a Chromecast can do with streaming and things that will kind of work in the same way. So if you're on the couch with your phone and you want to put something on your telly, then again, it's got that feature built into it straight away. But obviously, like Barry said, it runs its own operating system. So something like the Apple TV or the Amazon Fire TV, for instance, is going to have its own UI and its own apps and things that you can have installed and, you know, watch shows on. So if you want to watch some YouTube or Netflix, or, you know, Barry uses Plex a lot, again, all that is going to be built straight into the device. So you're not going to have to really use your phone at all if you don't want to. Obviously, it's going to have a remote and things to obviously, you know, navigate around the UI and things. But yeah, it's something interesting from Google. Also, like Barry said, it's the third time they've really tried for the living room. Obviously, the Nexus Q, which we're not going to talk about. The Google Chrome, the Chromecast, which is obviously, you know, a lot of people have gone for that now with that price point of £35 here in the UK. And again, this is something that I'm quite interested in. Obviously, to have Android on the TV means that you can kind of have Android everywhere, much like Apple are doing with iOS and OS X, etc. You know, if you've got a Chromebook and you've got an Android phone and Android on the TV and things and a tablet, they're really kind of getting every angle from the looks of things now.
Yeah, so as well as this box being able to do the movies, the music, and the TV shows from all your different sources like Google Play, Plex, Hulu, you know, Netflix, all those different places. It also does Google Play games. Now that's cool because there's an accessory that you can get separately, because it just basically comes with a standard candy bar remote similar to an Apple TV or Roku box. There's a separate gaming pad that you can buy. I think it's about $40 separately. It looks very much like a Xbox 360 remote or an OnLive controller.
Yeah.
And it essentially allows you to hook that up to the box and play games on it. Now, because this has a fairly powerful processor inside it, it's actually an Intel Atom processor, not the NVIDIA Tegra chip that should be in there, I think, maybe for the games especially. It's a 1.8 GHz quad-core Intel Atom. It's only got a gig of RAM, but still games should be quite good on it, especially for playing things like first-person shooters, driving games, stuff like that. The controller's going to be really good, so I think it's going to be quite a good accessory for people to have if you're not using it just for the movies and TVs and music.
Yeah, I mean, I was saying to Barry earlier on today, obviously you've got something, for instance, like this, and a game like Modern Combat 5 or Asphalt 8, and you've kind of got your own games console for not that much money. Obviously, apps on the Play Store aren't that expensive, a lot of them are free. So again, to be able to play these games in the living room with hopefully no issues and things, obviously it's going to output in, I think, 1080p, isn't it, from the looks of things?
Yeah.
So it's going to look quite good from the looks of things. I'm looking forward to be able to play some games on the TV instead of having to put them on my phone. Barry done a video the other day about how he's not a fan of playing games on his phone anyway, so maybe this is made for you.
Yeah, and in terms of what it looks like, it's essentially, imagine an Apple TV with a flat top, a matte top, with just the word Nexus on top, and a glossy round the edge, but it is just a circle, essentially like a large ice hockey puck, that plugs into power, Ethernet. It has actually got Wi-Fi AC as well, but Ethernet if you want to get best connection,
yeah.
And of course HDMI. And as I said, it comes in the box with a candy bar remote that has it looks like a scroll wheel with a button in the center, backwards, play, pause, home, and actually a microphone button that you can hold down and do voice searches, just like on the Amazon Fire TV box. You can search for content. The good thing is, though, is that one little bit is that they announced at I/O that the voice search actually searches not just play content but everywhere. So if you've got loads of different apps installed that pull from different content, like, you know, Hulu, Netflix, YouTube, Plex, and the Google Play Store, you do a voice search, it will search all the different places, not just in the Google Play Store, unlike the Amazon Fire TV, which just searches Amazon content, which isn't that helpful. But yeah, the interface looks great. Very similar to the Roku TV, with just like grids of apps and icons for your content. It looks really sleek and stylish though. So when's it coming out? How much is it?
It is going to be coming out. Again, all these kind of devices from Google are going to be around November time. So it's going to be $99. So we're looking at maybe £70, £80 here in the UK for the actual device itself. Obviously, the games controller is sold separately. They may announce a bundle or something at some point, maybe as a promotional offer. But the games controller is $39. So probably around, maybe 20 or so pounds, £25 here in the UK.
And considering that the Chromecast, so if we were converting $99 to pounds, it's going to be, maybe £70, £80. Considering the Chromecast by itself is £25, considering this does that and so much more, it's actually a pretty good price. I'm probably going to be replacing my Chromecast with it anyway.
Yeah, I mean, its release date is meant to be around November time, but a couple of news sites that I've been looking at today have said that that's actually been pushed back for unknown reasons, so maybe, hopefully anyway, in time for Christmas, if not the very start of maybe January, February time. One thing that I say that this has got up on maybe something like the Apple TV is, because it's got the Chromecast features built in, you can use all those features with an iOS device, so you could get the Nexus Player and use your iPad or your iPhone to cast things, whereas if you've got an Apple TV, you have to have an iOS device. So again, this kind of opens up to a lot more people than what Apple are maybe doing, or even Amazon with their Fire TV. But I think overall it definitely looks really nice. The only thing I may be concerned about is the fact it's only got 8 GB in terms of storage. So again, like I was saying earlier, with putting games on there and things, Modern Combat, for instance, is nearly 2 GB by itself. So again, how that's going to work, whether you can, there's no way to expand it, I suppose, is there? So that's maybe my only concern, but apart from that, I think it looks really good, and for that price point, I don't think it's a bad a deal at all, to be honest.
I've just seen a very quick correction, and I'm not going to put this in the video afterwards, I'm going to say it right now. Just looking at the specs, I assumed it had Ethernet connectivity because that would make sense. The Apple TV has Ethernet, and that's the fastest connection you can get, so you would include that, right? It actually has Wi-Fi only, which is really annoying, considering you're going to be streaming HD content, you're going to be connecting it to the web and streaming YouTube.
But one of the features is to play multiplayer games online with your friends.
Right, exactly. So it does only come with Wi-Fi only. Brilliant. So hope you've got really good Wi-Fi. If not, check out my review for my Asus router that I bought, which is wicked for really good Wi-Fi. I'll put that in the link to the description below as well, but you might need to upgrade your Wi-Fi. So yeah, Wi-Fi only. Brilliant.
Oh, bit of a disappointment. All right. But yeah, apart from that, a little bit there on the end, it all looks good for the Nexus Player, Android TV, yeah. Yeah,
so that's basically it. That's all the Google products that were announced / released just by, saying here they are. No big fuss, here they are. No, not even really any official statements from Google. Here they are. So that's the Nexus 9 tablet, Nexus 6 phone, and the Nexus Player, which is their home entertainment solution for the third time. Let us know what you think, which one you're going to buy, which one you're not going to buy, and also look out for our video on our thoughts and opinions on the Nexus 6 pricing, which may or may not be too expensive. So this is Barry from Copper vs Glass.
And this is Michael from Copper vs Glass. Don't forget to subscribe. So if you've got any questions or comments, leave them down below. And obviously stay tuned, we're going to do a pretty similar video to this for obviously all the Apple products as well. So again, subscribe to get that content straight away.
See you later.
Cheers.